Okay, so let's move on to our last speaker for this track for today. This last group is actually presenting on taking advantage about the augmented reality. The augmented reality enters into the logistics, and this we want to learn how we can actually learn about the core technologies. As well as software engineering, consulting clients on things like IoT, hybrid workplace solutions, smart buildings, etc. And today they will also be sharing the TeamViewer proprietary AR as well as the mixed reality or MR technologies. Okay, so I hand over to you now. Thank you.
Thank you. First of all, thank you very much for being in this session. On behalf of TeamViewer team, we really thank you for attending this session. And in the next 45 minutes, we do hope we give you some good information on what our capabilities are. So I'm going to kickstart this session for the first 5 minutes, 5 to 8 minutes. I'm going to talk about how industrial metaverse is relevant today, especially to this group. And then I'll pass it on to our enterprise account manager, Tushar, and he will be followed by a very good demonstration of our capabilities. So let's move on. So I was just in a panel discussion talking about some of the buzzwords that are doing the rounds these days. And I guess we should all thank Facebook for changing their name to Meta. Now, the term metaverse is very, very popular. And in fact, it's no longer a buzzword, but it has become a common household name. And what exactly is metaverse to us? How do we understand it? So my 10-year-old son was actually asking me about how he can create his social avatar and how can he take part in this metaverse. So that's how much relevant this term is when it comes to this particular generation. And the one way where I could easily tell him how it works or how does it relate to him is the movie, Ryan Reynolds movie, Free Guy. If some of you have seen it, I mean, there is no better way to compare, or there's no better way to tell a 10-year-old on what metaverse is and what really a social avatar means. And it is becoming a reality, right? When I grew up watching Star Wars. I was always fascinated by the Marvel movies, Iron Man. We always imagine ourselves to be in the extended world where we can do things which we cannot do in the real world. So to me, that is metaverse. And to me, that includes creating a virtual avatar of not just things, but also of humans, and being able to do things which we were unable to do in the real world. So be it like taking part in a social gathering or being in a meeting, in a business meeting with our stakeholders, counterparts across the world, as though thinking that they're all sitting in front of us. So that's what this virtual reality, the metaverse, could enable us to do and could enable us to experience it. So I mentioned about social gatherings, business meetings, and also another point that I missed to talk about is even a virtual tour of any place. Now, gone are the days where we can only experience a particular place by being there in the real world. We could do it virtually. But the folks in this room who are coming from the real world, the real businesses and supply chain logistics, each one of us, including me, coming from TeamViewer, we keep asking this question: is this really for me and for my business? Because I have a business which involves lots and lots of real human workers dealing with real world physical objects. And how is this metaverse term going to relate to me in this world? And that's where this question comes to us, and we need to really think about how can this particular terminology or this particular technology be really relevant to us in the real world. And the truth is, it can be very, very relevant to the industrial processes, and it can really bring a lot of business value to each one of us in this particular room. And how is that possible? When I talk about industrial processes, we are talking about industries such as logistics, manufacturing, automotive, supply chain, manufacturing, be it any of those industries which has manual processes being done in the frontline operations, where you have so many human workers. How is this going to relate to us? And when we talk about frontline workers, they constitute about 80% of the global workforce. That's almost about 3 billion. And this is also the population which is also seemingly being divided, where we only talk about digitization to all the desk workers. And when I mean desk workers, I mean those who are sitting in front of a laptop, who are being enabled by mobile devices, where they are completely enabled by data day in and day out, in fact, every second. And to them, digitization makes a lot of sense. But what about the frontline workers who are doing a lot of manual operations, and how are we going to digitalize them? And I think that's where the industrial metaverse makes a lot of sense. So what exactly is industrial metaverse? Being able to bring digitalization to the frontline workers and being able to increase the efficiency, increase the productivity, and improve the quality of their work, and not just the quality of the work, but also improve the ergonomic conditions and making that particular workforce's engagement a lot more digitized. I think that's what is industrial metaverse. And how are we going to achieve it? So one of the key enablers for this particular technology has to be in the form of a hardware. And that hardware capability comes in the form of wearable computing devices. And I think the wearable computing devices have undergone a tremendous improvement in the advancements. And today you find, when we talk about wearable computing devices, we are talking about smart glasses, which are augmented reality glasses, which are mixed reality glasses. So you have so many of them in the market today. It is no longer new innovative technology, but it is something which is being put to use in real productive use cases and are being used in the real world in a production environment. And what do these smart glasses actually help these frontline workers? These smart glasses can actually enable digitalization to these frontline workers by actually showing processes which are today very, very manual. They can be digitalized and can appear in front of their eyes, in their field of view, in the form of smart glasses. Now, how is that going to empower these frontline workers? We will see very shortly in our solution. So we spoke about hardware. We spoke about how hardware can be a game changer for the industrial metaverse to be really true. But hardware is only hardware, and its true value can come out only when we unlock its full potential using a software. And there has to be a software which talks with these hardwares and enables the data flow between the frontline workers and the process management, as well as to the complex backend systems. And I think that there lies the true power of what we call as industrial metaverse, because that's where the digitalization happens. You have datas in silos all these days in the form of manual processes in your front office operations, and your complex backend systems, your ERPs are super capable but have no clue about what is happening in the front office operations. Now, when you empower your frontline workers, you're not just empowering your frontline workers, but you're also enabling data to flow seamlessly to your backend systems. So having an end-to-end view of where the data is and what does the data do, you are able to make faster decision making. And we call this solution from TeamViewer Frontline. And TeamViewer Frontline is nothing but an enterprise-grade industrial augmented reality platform, which enables you to create industrial workflows that connects your frontline workers to process management, thereby removing manual processes and enabling digitalization. That's what our platform does. You're going to look at this particular solution in more details from Tushar and our demonstration. Now, the key importance of this particular platform from TeamViewer is it cuts across different use cases, and it cuts across multiple industries. So as you can see, it is a platform which has solutions that cater to multiple use cases across logistics, manufacturing, automobile, and also in use cases such as training. So mixed reality training is immensely popular in the automotive industry, where it actually increases efficiency and reduces a lot of travel time and reduces the lot of training time. So every slide that you saw in the industry is a true customer of TeamViewer Frontline. And now I invite Tushar to go into the details of what our platform can do for the logistics industry. Over to you, Tushar.
So thank you, Shobna. And I think you have set the right context. We are not here to make users play Pokemon, right? We are here to do some serious work. So Frontline, why we made Frontline? First thing, the solution should give hands-free benefit to all frontline workers, which are blue-collar workers. And why is that? Because these workers are always working with their hands. If they're in logistics, they're picking something. They're in maintenance, they're just doing something with the screw, their tools, etc. So their hands should always be free. Second, they should have guided instructions right in the field of view, which means they should not carry manuals, etc. while they are on the job. Third thing, we integrate with backend systems. These backend systems can be anything. We have open APIs, so it can be an on-prem system, online system, etc. So SAP, Blue Yonder, Manhattan, any field service management, any service and asset management systems, we integrate with everything. Right? Idea of integration is whenever there's a critical information needed on the field to these workers, they will have the access to this information, and whatever they are doing on the field can get populated back without an admin work. So Frontline is a platform where customer can do no-code, low-code based workflows. I won't get into the technicals of that, but on this platform, we have created 4 solutions. The first one, which is the topic of today, pick, is for logistics. Use case is vision picking, inbound logistic inventory sorting, and I will spend more time here today. I'll just touch base on the other solutions we have. The second one is on make, which is mostly for manufacturing companies. For workers working on the assembly line, they can get step-by-step instructions on how to assemble a certain product. Right? We are facing a lot of problems in the market in terms of senior people leaving the job, etc. What our technology can do, if you are making any changes on the product, you just change the workflow and the workers who are working on the assembly line will follow those instructions. Otherwise, it will take a lot of time to train your employees on new changes you are doing on the product. We have inspection, use cases, service and maintenance. So an engineer who is trying to do service and maintenance of any asset, right, in an oil and gas environment or in a mining environment, etc., he will see step-by-step checklist of how he should do that. As part of his reporting, he can take photos, take video, do speech-to-text comments. So everything reporting, he can do it from here. So once the workflow is done, the report will automatically go to the backend system. So he doesn't need to come back to office and write a report. Last one is assist, which is augmented reality based video conference call on a smart glass. So it's like a junior engineer is there on site. He doesn't know how to do the job. Instead of going back saying I need to assign a senior engineer, he can wear a smart glass, call a senior engineer who can be sitting at the headquarters or any other location in any country, take his assistance to fix the issue, right, and then move forward from there. Again, last solution, assist is not a standalone solution. Video connecting field worker with the backend expert is very important. So in any of the solution, people have video call facility available. For example, you are in logistic, you are trying to pick something, but you realize there's something which is not normal. You can immediately say call support, and you can decide whether this call should be routed to an IT guy or a warehouse manager, etc. So let's dive into pick. This is just a workflow I'm presenting, which is kind of a standard workflow. Again, this solution is very customized on what customers' current processes are. So in a picking use case, first step is when a worker comes on a job, he wears a smart glass which has our software. That's first step. Second is if pickers are sharing the devices, to log into the application, they can just scan their badge, right? Or if they're not sharing the device, they just have to turn on the device. So once they turn on the device, third thing they will see is a customized user interface. This user interface can be different for different pickers in the same warehouse. For example, some pickers can be experts. They don't need a lot of information in terms of guiding them how to do the job. And some can be beginner, right? They need more information. So immediately they log in, they will see their customized user interface. This user interface will tell them where to go in the warehouse. You can do location validation. Fifth step, you can pick up an item. Even you can do item validation. And sixth is put away. If you have a trolley and you are trying to do multi-order picking or batch picking, it will tell you where to put that item in the trolley also. Again, I'm just talking about a very standard journey. It can be customized depending on what use cases customer have. So our primary use case, as I mentioned, is about vision picking. So customers generally adopt us in that process first because it's very labor intensive. So once they adopt it, then there are multiple use cases you can add into the solution. I'm talking about hardware also as part of the solution. So hardware plays an important part. So in a logistic environment specifically, there are two hardwares which you can combine. First one on the left-hand side is a smart glass. You see some commonly used smart glasses here. You can pair the smart glasses with ring scanners. And why ring scanners? Because in a logistic environment, sometimes the item can be at the bottom. So for ergonomic purpose, it won't be suitable for the picker to basically bend down 500 times to use his smart glass camera. If he has a scanner, then he can immediately scan the items which is anywhere in the warehouse. And we are going to show a demo for them together. Again, we are a software company. We are hardware independent. So there are more hardwares outside this, but we are just showing you a few of the commonly used hardwares out there. I was mentioning about backend integration. In a logistic environment, the middle box warehouse management system is more applicable. So what happens, we can integrate with backend systems. So whenever the picking order comes, our software will automatically pick those orders and will start throwing it on the online pickers automatically, right? No need to assign anything. Once these people are picking anything, everything gets updated back to a WMS system. I'm showing you two, SAP and Blue Yonder, which are very commonly used applications out there. But again, just rephrasing that, we are an open API system. So any other applications you have also, we can integrate with that. In terms of deployments also, we are flexible. The solution is available in on-prem, in cloud, in private cloud mode. Okay, so let's talk about why customer deploy these solutions. Right, so these are the primary benefits you see. The first one is speed. So if you are planning to improve the efficiency of the warehouse, then this is the right solution. Second, accuracy is a problem. There are a lot of errors in your warehouse. Right, so you can look into this solution. Third is onboarding, and it's a very debatable topic on the onboarding part. When you see the smart glass, it looks very complex, it looks very high-tech. But when you use it, you realize it's the most simple technology to use. And you will see some customer testimony like DHL who have realized that after they adopt this technology, their training time has been reduced by 50% on new employees. And we have a lot of testimony from customers who have told it just takes half day for a new employee to start using this technology. Last is insights. So we'll talk about some dashboard and gamification, which is available as just option for our customers. Okay, so let's talk about speed. For speed, I'm just going to bring up a customer use case, which is Global Foundries. So there is Vijendra also from Global Foundries in this event today. I think he's getting an award next door. So if you get a chance to speak with him, he is very instrumental in deploying this solution in Global Foundries. So Global Foundries is a US-based semiconductor company, design and manufacturing company. And we all know semiconductor has a very critical role in the supply chain. All the hardware have been struggling in terms of their deliveries, etc. So Global Foundries were trying to improve the warehouse efficiency, which was very manual. And then they were looking into many solutions, right? So the picking process were very paper-based. They were lacking efficiency, and then you basically have an error, and then there is some other person who's trying to catch that error and do a correction of that. So innovation team and IT worked together. They explored a lot of solution, and they finalized TeamViewer solution, right? You see a picker like this now. He works hands-free, and he has a very intuitive user interface, right, which was not available before to him. In terms of paper printouts, manual sorting, prioritizing, all these manual processes have been completely removed. And employees, whenever they need information, it's right there in the field of view, which you'll see in the demo also later. I'll play the video. It's a long video, so I'll just try to play the first 2 minutes only.
Digital transformation is our backbone. We have been into this journey for long. We wanted to embark on the latest of the technologies. At Global Foundries, we are changing the industry that's changing the world.
So technology is becoming ever more present in our lives. The smartly designed chips and semiconductors unlock value and open new opportunities for everyone. The industry really is facing a global shortage of semiconductors, and bringing on new capacities is becoming more important than ever. So speed and reliability is critically important for our customers, and our logistics organization plays a key role in making sure that we deliver that consistency to our customers. The logistics organization supports both the inbound to manufacturing portions of the operation as well as the outbound shipping operations. So we kind of sit kind of on the front end and the back end of the fab operations and make sure that they have all the supplies and materials that are needed to be successful. Yeah, we had a mostly manual, paper-based process, and we saw lots of opportunities to drive process improvement and efficiency into our operations by leveraging technology.
The existing processes come with their inherited challenges with inaccuracies and errors. So we wanted to make it more efficient and convenient for the end users. Global Foundries information technology team embarked on a journey of art of possible using augmented reality and virtual reality.
Ende letzten Jahres sind wir gestartet mit unserem Kommissionierprozess, unserem Hauptprozess. Und mittlerweile haben wir auch Teile der Umlagerung von extern nach intern in die Brille gebracht sozusagen. Und auch unser Einlagerungsprozess läuft komplett über Augmented Reality. Das Projektteam hat gemeinsam mit der Firma TeamViewer das Projekt innerhalb von 10 Wochen vom Kickoff bis zur Implementierung durchgezogen. Das war möglich durch eine sehr enge Abstimmung untereinander.
So I'll skip the video. It's available on our website as well as on YouTube. So benefits. So after first month, 25% time saving by eliminating just printout and manual sorting process. Their inventory accuracy has increased by 1/3. New process eliminated 100,000 sheets of printed paper per year, which is very important for them from sustainability point of view. And happier employees. User feedback was very critical to adopt this technology, and users tell them saying that they don't want to go back to the old ways of working. Okay, so let's look into the second benefit, which is more on the accuracy. I'll play a Coca-Cola video. So our solution is deployed in more than 53 warehouses, which is Coca-Cola bottling plant I'm talking about. So you'll see the video and then I'll explain.
Camera. Tu ok. Camera. Exit.
So problem was accuracy. Accuracy was costing them a lot of issue. For example, an order comes for Coca-Cola. Pickers were picking Sprite, sending it to distributor. As part of standard logistic contract, distributor impose penalty and someone has to retrieve that item, and then the whole logistic operation for that item starts again, right? So it was costly. So when they deployed our solution, before that their accuracy was 99 and below. This is their data where they're talking about the accuracy has improved by 99.99%, right? So almost zero errors in their warehouse now. And when we went in, their handheld scanners were also kind of a bit expensive. So what we have done is we've done a simple kind of a hack. We just put QR code right in front of the item location. So when they come from camera, they just scan the QR code, just validate. We could have done another validation. When they pick up item, you can do item validation, but they said, no, we don't want people to be slower, right? So I'm just kind of bringing one new thing. I'm not sure whether it's relevant for people here in the audience, but with one big retailer, very big retailer, we have also done pallet stacking using augmented reality. Again, the dependency is on pallet software which customer should have, right? So we don't do that, palette algorithm, etc. So customer should have an algorithm, and it's all about how pickers can use it. Through our smart glass, through our software, we can pick that algorithm and display pickers how they can place the pallets, right? So there are two use cases. One is if you have a lot of fleet, how you can maximize the capacity of that fleet, right? By putting the pallets properly. So just imagine, right? If we can increase 5% to 10% of your capacity, it's a big improvement if the operations are very massive. Second is if you have a lot of delicate items and just because of the pallet placing, these items are getting damaged, then our smart glass technology can also tell you that where you should put the delicate pallets, it should come on the top, right? So that you can remove all this. Okay, third one, onboarding. So I've already highlighted the data point. So 50% less training time, and you can see DHL operation is very massive. So training is a cost for them. If we can reduce the training time by 50%, it's a huge cost saving for the organization. On top of that, they also got 15% higher productivity. When we approached DHL, and DHL has been our customer from last 4, 5, 6 years. And when we approached them, they had all the automation and digitization already in the warehouse. So on top of that, if they get 15%, it's a big number for DHL. Let me play the video, and then I'll explain you what's happening in the video. Anyway, I think we can't. So what we have done is we have customized the UI as per DHL. When you see the trolley layout, I think can someone pause at? I'm gonna go back. Sorry. Just a little bit forward, just five seconds more. Yeah, you can show it here. Yeah, that's okay, Shobna. So in the UI, what you see, the T01 is the location where the picker has to go to pick the items. 0253 is the rack space. There's a two quantity of that item he has to pick, right? And when you see this trolley layout here, this is the trolley they were already using, which is red, blue, and yellow coded, which is here. So we just replicated the trolley on the UI. So once the picker picks the item, it will tell them where to place that item in the trolley, right? Anyway, I think that's okay. So another on onboarding part, I'm giving another example. This is another customer called Navajo. So this data is theirs. So they're talking about 25 minutes of onboarding time, which used to be 3 days for all the new workers, right? So if you're thinking about this technology is very complex, it's the most simple technology to use out there, and then we get awesome feedback from the users. Okay, my last section is on insights. So in our deployment, your customer's primary data point is again a warehouse management software. What we do is we give you a data on the picker side, which is an additional data point. So you can see the picker's performance. For example, there are 100 pickers. Maybe there are 5 pickers which are slower than the rest 95, right? Now you can take some action. For example, these 5 pickers need to be retrained, right? So, but you have the data point available. Second thing is if any new picker joins and maybe you are managing 3 warehouses, these are in different warehouses. Sitting on your laptop, you can monitor the live performance of these pickers on how they're picking. The moment you realize that they're stuck at some point or doing things wrong, you can immediately call them and see how these guys are doing their operations live, right? So you can give assistance to them. So this is more on the management side. What we can do on the worker side, we have added some gamification also in it, because picking jobs sometimes can be mundane and repetitive, right? So just to add some fun elements, we can give them badges like platinum, gold, there can be a leaderboard based on their performance. So generally, few data points which we look at, and again, this is a little customized depending on what KPIs you have. So some of the KPIs customers have is how many items they have picked, how many locations they have visited in the warehouse, how many orders they have completed. Based on this, we can kind of give them some stars. If someone is doing maximum, he gets platinum, right? And then you can attach an incentive, monthly incentive towards that, or basically give them a gift item, etc. I think just talking about the gift item, I'll ask 3 questions. And there are 3 gifts. First one is Mercedes cap. And second, 2 lanyards. Sorry, I forgot, my marketing team is very generous today. ROI, very important. We don't want this to be a fancy technology. We want this technology to really make impact in your business or in customers' businesses. So this is just a sample you see. Before we do deployment, we ensure that we are talking about how this can be benefited. There are a few factors. Some customers are talking about, hey, we are really facing this efficiency challenges, right? We really need our pickers to do more. And I think if we speak with Singapore customers, all are talking about getting a warehouse worker is so difficult nowadays, right? I don't want to kind of talk in detail about that, but yes. So again, error could be a reason, daily volume could be a reason. So we have a lot of data entry point, and then we have a calculator available. We take that data point and build a business case along with you so that we can prove your management saying that this technology is helpful for you. And then maybe in 6 months, 9 months time, you're able to gain the ROI, and then it will, from there, it will help the business to kind of derive more benefits out of it. So we have overall 600 plus deployments. If we started focusing on this product and build an enterprise team about a year back in Singapore, and Singapore is our headquarter now. Otherwise, the Asia Pacific headquarter used to be Australia. We are a German company. So our president was hired 1.5 years back, and we made Singapore as our headquarter. If we talk about in Southeast Asia also, we have more than around 12 customers live, and we have different use cases, right? Someone is in F&B, people working in kitchen, learning how to do fried chicken, make chicken burger using glasses. It's a very big retail chain in Southeast Asia, right? And then we have customers in manufacturing, trying to make servers using in their assembly line, right? Just to ensure that the quality is good, right? So different use cases. I think enough of the talking. Time to show the technology demo. I'll invite my colleague Govindu. You can handle, or you want me to?
Hello everyone, I'm Govindu Kakinada. I'm Enterprise Solutions Engineer for TeamViewer. So far we saw a couple of videos, so many slides, and theoretical explanations about the digitization and so on and so forth. But in practical scenario, how this platform or these solutions can really empower and enable the frontline workers, how easy it is. Let's see it in a live demonstration. So here I am with a couple of gadgets over there. So one is smart glasses. I know most of you all are aware of smart glasses. If not, so it's a device which runs on Android, which has all the computing, memory, and connectivity capabilities, and it has also got a screen. The small boom arm, you can see that's a screen. Though it looks small and tiny, but when you wear it and when you experience it, it actually looks like a 7-inch tablet in front of you. And apart from this, I also has got Bluetooth scanner, ring scanner, which is paired with this smart glass. So today I want to demonstrate a small scenario, assuming that this is a small warehouse and there is a picking order which comes into WMS or an ERP, which can be pushed to the smart glass, and how a picker can get this picking order and perform his picking activity with accurate location, accurate quantity, and accurate put location. Okay, so this smart glass can be operated using voice commands, so I don't need to input anything. So as Tushar's slides shows, like the first advantage is hands-free, right? So I'll put mic aside and I'll try to give voice commands, and then I'll try to explain the UI. It's very easy to wear, less weight, and here this is my trolley. So I use this picking trolley to pick up the items. And here we try to illustrate some warehouse locations over there, where you can see some bins over there. So assuming that these are the locations, on the screen, you are viewing my screen actually. So this is getting mirrored over there. So this is what I can see here. So if you see the UI, on the top line, you can see the steps. So I am at the first step, which is at a picking step. And then it highlights the location, which highlighted in orange color, location 1.1. And there is an item which I have to pick up, a reference image added over there, and the item description on the other side, and below the number of items that I need to pick up. Okay, so let's start the pickup. I'm going to the location and I'm scanning it. Okay, so I scanned the location. Now I need to pick up the item. I picked up the item. It's a chocolate, Hershey's chocolate, and there is a barcode on the back. So I need to validate it. So you can see the second tick mark, the item is validated. Now the number of quantity I need to pick up, so it is number 1. So I can give a voice validation, pick one, and it guided me to put in a location. So one item pickup is finished. Now there is second item. Go to location 1.3. And I need to get another item, which is Kit Kat. Pick 2. Stop scanner. So here actually, there is camera which is getting open up. So here it has a camera which is trying to scan the QR code. Either I can use this camera or I can use a ring scanner. Practically, ring scanner is feasible and ergonomical while picking the items. So here you can see if I'm picking multiple items for multiple customers, if it is a multi-picking order, so it is guiding me to pick up 2 items. One, I need to place it in D. Second one, I will need to place it in C bin. So in this way, it will, it is very intelligent system to pick up multiple items for different customers in one go, rather than going for multiple times for multiple orders. We can configure the process in such a way. If you are in a location A and if you want to pick up a couple of items for different customers from that location, it can guide you well. So let me scan this. So if I select any wrong location, it throws an error. So that's what it is. So this is how it goes on. It can be any number of picks. It's not a problem. So we are validating multiple things: the location, where to pick up, the item, what to pick up, and quantity, how many, and put away location. So this data, this information can be real-time synchronized with your backend systems like WMS or any ERP, and that can trigger the other dependencies like replenishment or inventory management and so on and so forth. I hope you enjoyed the short demo. Thank you. Thanks for the listening.